Hello there, I'm Azaria Tagaya and this is Nightline. The top stories. 5 ministers, 5 deputy ministers appointed to Unity Government's cabinet. And reshuffle needed to keep up with the times, says PM. Good morning. 5 new ministers and 5 new deputy ministers were sworn in before the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah at Istana Negara on Tuesday. Present at the ceremony of taking the oath of office, loyalty and secrecy, as well as the presentation of appointment letters, was the Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Aziza Aminah Maimunah Iskandariyah. The Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, and wife, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, were also present to witness the ceremony. At the ceremony, the ministers were divided into 2 groups, with the first group led by Kuala Selangor MP Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, who returned to head the Health Ministry, followed by Damansara MP Gobind Singh Dio, who was appointed as Digital Minister, and Bukit Mertajam MP Sim Chi Kiong as Human Resources Minister. The second group comprised Titiwangsa MP Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani, who was appointed Plantation and Commodities Minister, as well as Senator Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan, who was appointed as the second Finance Minister. Apart from that, the first group of deputy ministers consisted of Parit Sulong MP Datuk Sri Dr. Noraini Ahmad, sworn in as Deputy Minister of Women, Family and Community Development, Ipoh Barat MP M. Kulasegaran as Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Law and Institutional Reform, as well as Sungai Buloh MP Datuk Ramanan Ramakrishnan, who was appointed as Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Deputy Minister. The second group comprised Senator Dr. Zulkifli Hassan, who was appointed Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, as well as Taiping MP Wong Kah Woh as Deputy Education Minister. All of them took the oath of office and loyalty before signing the official appointment document, witnessed by Chief Justice Tun Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat and Chief Secretary to the Government Tan Sri Muhammad Zuki Ali. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said that the need to change with the times necessitated his much-anticipated cabinet reshuffle and was not just based on the past performances of those involved. These include changes in terms of economic growth and issues affecting the people, including the cost of living, which needs to be addressed effectively.
Juga isu-isu pendidikan tinggi, terutama dalam beberapa usaha kita meneroka beberapa bidang baru seperti artificial intelligence, digital transformation, yang menyebabkan saya memikir semula untuk membuat sedikit sebanyak penyesuaian melihat kepada keadaan dan tuntutan semasa.
Anwar said the restructuring of the cabinet was made after discussions with the leaders of the main component parties in the Unity Government, and the list of names was submitted to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah for consent. He also said there will be no further changes to the current cabinet lineup for the following 4 years until the next general election, should it perform well without any political pressure. In the meantime, he said the 20% salary cut for the cabinet members in the Unity Government would continue, including for the new appointees. And in response to their recent appointments to key ministerial positions within the government, several ministers have expressed their views and outlined their visions for their respective domains.
Kita rasa kan ada banyak benda yang kita boleh buat dalam kerajaan ni untuk menolong, untuk mengembalikan Malaysia kepada tahap yang macam dulu, di mana kita kuat, kita adalah satu ekonomi yang disegani. Tapi ia memerlukan sokongan daripada semua orang, dan insya-Allah kita akan dapat daripada rakyat, daripada semua agensi yang ada bekerjasama.
Saya rasa peluang untuk saya duduk dalam kabinet ni untuk next 4 years, kementerian yang dibagi pada saya ini juga adalah Kementerian Perdagangan dan Komoditi. Dia merupakan satu komponen dalam ekonomi kita juga. Contohnya kalau kita tengok dalam konteks agriculture dekat dalam negara kita, agriculture kita lebih kurang dalam 8.9% of kita punya GDP kan. Jadi perdagangan dan sektor komoditi ini dia mewakili hampir lebih 50% daripada agriculture punya contribution.
Jadi kementerian baru saja diwujudkan. Saya perlukan sedikit masa untuk pastikan saya dapat memastikan apakah sebenarnya peranan kita sebagai kementerian yang berbeza sekarang. Dan selepas daripada itu saya rasa kerja kena bermula sekarang. Kita kena menyediakan negara kita untuk menghadapi cabaran-cabaran dalam era digital yang kita semua dapat rasa telah pun membawa perubahan kepada cara kita hidup, cara kita buat pilihan bagaimana kita nak menguruskan perniagaan dan sebagainya.
Telah pun diterangkan oleh Perdana Menteri kenapa beliau memanggil saya kembali ke kabinet kan. Dia telah jelaskan khasnya adalah untuk melaksanakan dan melunaskan program-program reform yang hendak saya lakukan. Ya, khasnya digital health transformation dan juga health financing reform. Itu dua yang penting.
And with a strong professional team for the Prime Minister, according to political analyst Professor Datuk Siva Murugan Pandian of University Science Malaysia, Anwar's new cabinet lineup will need to ensure the unity government is on the right track and continues its focus on the economy and the people.
For all those who are appointed in this cabinet to be the spokesperson without solely depending on Datuk Sri Anwar's aura or also his position as Prime Minister, but the others also must try to protect the aspiration of Madani in order to allow the masses to understand further what they would want to do based on the end results that could be delivered by all the agencies and also the ministries involved. We're also looking at how the masses are looking at instant results, short-term, mid-term and also long-term. This goes back to those who are elected or appointed now to make sure that they would be able to use their expertise, their experience and also their charisma in leading the ministries for the coming 4 years before they are judged again in the next election. So I strongly believe that this would be the dream team of Anwar Ibrahim. This would be the team that will move together with him a way forward to allow us to bring more changes with a reflection towards the needs, demands and also to understand the mindset of the people.
As for geostrategist Azmi Hassan, with the new cabinet lineup announced by Anwar on Tuesday, the unity government will be able to deliver over the next 4 years.
When the cabinet was formed 1 year ago, political consideration plays a very critical role because the cabinet, the government consisted of 19 different political entities. But now, the formation of new cabinet, the reshuffling of portfolio is more of strategic move by the Prime Minister. Why I'm saying that? Because the appointment of Datuk Seri Amir as the Deputy Finance Minister is a clear example of the strategic move by the Prime Minister. And more importantly, 2 new ministry created One, headed by Datuk Seri Fadilah, is basically to ensure that Malaysia is in front regarding the renewable energy, smart energy, high technology in terms of energy usage. And another important thing is that the new ministry, digital ministry headed by YB Gobind Singh, is more gearing toward economic, Madani economic, to be precise, where the economy Madani, the concentration is more on the digital economy. So we need a ministry that I would say, can cover everything about digital economy that we are pursuing. We want to be the digital hub in terms of economy, digital economy in this case. So I guess overall, there are professionals, there are expertise heading certain portfolio, there are able member of parliament, they are heading a new ministry in this case. I guess it is more of a strategic reason, not so much about political consideration, unlike 1 year ago. So overall, I'm very satisfied. So for the next 4 years, I think the government can do well. No doubt that for the last year, past 12 months, there are a lot of criticism about the performance of the cabinet. So with the mixture of deputy ministers and also ministers, I think we are heading towards the correct direction.
Now, the cabinet reshuffle announced by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim on Tuesday is not just to fill vacant positions. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof said the new cabinet lineup has been seen as a move to further strengthen the unity government's operations and administration. Fadilah said the new lineup could drive the plan and agenda laid down by the Madani government for the people's well-being. He said in implementing the reshuffle, the Prime Minister has undoubtedly prioritised national interests and political stability in his considerations. Fadilah expressed his belief that the Prime Minister had assessed the suitability of every minister with the portfolio entrusted to them carefully based on the respective expertise after having observed them throughout the first year of the unity government's administration. At the same time, he also thanked Anwar for entrusting him to continue to helm the Deputy Prime Minister position, as well as the appointment of a new role as the Energy Transition and Renewable Energy Minister. Fadilah, who was previously the Plantation and Commodities Minister, was also entrusted with the responsibility of overseeing Sabah and Sarawak affairs. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi expressed hope that the new appointments would further improve the efforts of the unity government to deliver the best services to the people and nation in line with the Madani concept. Ahmad Zahid said the new leaders will work as a team with the Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim in their respective roles to strengthen the economy and enhance the harmony and well-being among Malaysians. The Bagan Datuk MP also expressed confidence that the new leaders can provide the best, trustworthy and dedicated service throughout their tenure. On the appointment of Datuk Seri Amir Hamzah Azizan as the second Finance Minister, Datuk Seri Anwar said the move was seen to be capable of enhancing the performance and professionalism in the Finance Ministry. With his more than 27 years of experience in the corporate world, the appointment is expected to ensure that the government is on the right track in its efforts to focus on the country's economy.
And he has shown enough competence, ability, and has managed the affairs of EPF in a very impressive and satisfactory manner.
Commenting on another appointment involving the post of Health Minister, the Prime Minister said Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad has been tasked with taking over the health portfolio as the unity government requires his experience. The Prime Minister believes that Dr. Zulkifli's appointment would strengthen the ministry, which has been burdened with many issues, some of which were passed on from previous administrations. Dr. Zulkifli was Health Minister during Pakatan Harapan's administration in 2018. The appointment of EPF CEO Datuk Seri Amir Hamzah Azizan as second Finance Minister has been lauded by experts who expect the newly sworn-in senator to play a key role in managing the government's finances. Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad's chief economist and head of social finance, Muhammad Afzal Nizam Abdul Rashid, said Amir would be able to demonstrate a strong commitment to reducing Putrajaya's fiscal deficits and keeping its debt level on a sustainable trajectory.
My sense is that it was the right move by the present administration to put in a technocrat such as Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah to be the second finance minister. Given his vast knowledge and experience in finance and investment, I believe he will be able to navigate the challenges effectively. The recently approved Public Finance and Fiscal Responsibility Act by the Parliament would give him the clear mandate to ensure that the government finances are in order by adhering all parameters such as the fiscal deficits and debt to GDP ratio.
Afzal Nizam also noted that Amir Hamzah's experience in the EPF would also come in handy to the federal administration.
Given his stint at EPF, he would also understand the plight and predicament faced by the Rakyat, especially in areas related to cost of living and savings for retirement. So in a nutshell, I think he will make a wise choice when it comes to enacting the economic reforms.
Malaysia University of Science and Technology's economics professor Jeffrey Williams said Amir Hamzah's appointment was an excellent move as he was not a politician. As Amir Hamzah is non-political, according to Williams, he will be focusing on the details of policy, fiscal management and good governance.
The general sentiment on the appointment of Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah as the second finance minister has been extremely positive. And I think one would expect that because he is a very highly regarded member of the investment community. So as the CEO of EPF, in a very difficult period for the pension fund, he has been able to increase the fund size and maintain the dividends for the members. And at the same time, he's also been able to extend the range of services offered to EPF members, especially for housewives, gig economy workers, and of course the new Account 3, which is a very innovative account which will help members tremendously. So I think that the investment community will be very happy about this appointment, and it certainly will inspire investor confidence, and that's really what we need in the current environment.
Having said that, now what should be Amir Hamzah's role, or rather focus, in the unity government?
As the second finance minister, Datuk Sri Amir's main job will be to help to maintain the economic stability that we've been able to recover during the last 12 months. Inflation is now in a normal range in headline inflation. Core inflation is a little bit high, but that hopefully is coming down. But more importantly, from the Ministry of Finance perspective, is that fiscal policy is now very much more stable. In budget 2024, spending was increased only a little bit in line with inflation. Revenues have increased, and the deficit is therefore lower in absolute terms and also in percentage terms. And his job in the role of second finance minister will be to maintain that level of stability so that the government can push forward on some of the key priorities. And of course, these will include subsidy rationalization, rebalancing of the fiscal position to ensure that there's good fiscal governance. And of course, we hope to see some reforms in pensions, and he is exactly the right person to address that, because very many people saw their pension funds wiped out during the withdrawal period, and that leaves many millions of people without pension coverage. So the government needs to prioritize that pensions recovery very much, and there couldn't be a better person, in my view, to do that. And that's why I think many people will be looking forward to his contribution as second finance minister.
At least 207 Palestinians killed in the Zionist regime's attack overnight. News from the Foreign Front when we return.
Jangan pandang ringan dan mudah. Anggap batuk awak ini serius. Woods ubat batuk dengan rasa pudina. Memberi sensasi kelegaan di kerongkong. Berkesan melegakan batuk. Woods ubat batuk yang saya percaya.
Dia orang campak adik saya dalam sungai tu. Dia orang nampak adik saya menggelupur dalam tilam tu.
Hukuman gantung sampai mati dikenakan terhadap tertuduh kes bunuh sedangkan mayat mangsa tidak dijumpai.
Kat situlah saya baru perasan yang arwah ni diperangkap.
Memang tak ada. Adik saya dah tak ada di dunia ni. Tapi dia orang cuma dapat hukuman sebanyak 7 tahun.
Get ready, ladies. It's time to shatter the stereotype. We talk career, health, finance, relationships, and everything in between. So grab your coffee cups and wear your sassiest smiles. This talk show is all about you. Because your voice matters in Women Talk every Saturday at 5 p.m. Live stream in HD on Tonton and only on TV3.
Alba, Sky, אחד.
We're back with news from the foreign front. As the Zionist atrocities showed no signs of abating, at least 207 Palestinians were killed and 450 others have been left wounded in the last 24 hours. According to the Palestinian Health Ministry, Zionist airstrikes pounded the southern cities of Khan Yunis and Rafah on Tuesday, killing at least 22 Palestinians, including 7 children. The attacks have also rendered 22 hospitals and 46 healthcare centres out of service in the Gaza Strip. In Khan Yunis, a residential block was hit without warning by an Israeli airstrike, on bringing down several buildings and causing multiple casualties. To date, over 18,000 Palestinians have been killed since the Zionist regime's rampage began. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak faced the biggest parliamentary test of his premiership on Tuesday when lawmakers voted on his divisive plan to send asylum seekers to live in Rwanda. The UK Supreme Court ruled last month that Rwanda was not safe and that the policy would breach British and international law. In response, Sunak has agreed a new treaty with Rwanda and brought forward emergency legislation to override domestic and international human rights laws. The move has deeply divided his party, alienating both moderates who are worried about Britain breaching its human rights obligations and right-wing politicians who contend it does not go far enough. In power for the 13 years and trailing the opposition Labour Party by around 20 points ahead of an election expected next year, Sunak's Conservatives have fractured along multiple lines and lost much of their discipline. JDT clinches victory but falls short to advance. Sports after this breather.
Bosan ke asyik pakai tudung yang sama je sis? Masa ni lah nak beli koleksi tudung label baru. Kolaborasi pertama TV3 dengan Fazura. Memang macam ini ha. Dapatkan semua 10 corak yang cantik lagi memukau di fazura.com sekarang sis. Dari jauh orang dah tanya, awak ni Fazura ke? Gitu. Dan katanya Fazura nak kembali berlakon di kaca TV. Tak sabarnya. Lebih fabulous bersama tudung Fazura dan hanya di TV3.
Pembunuhan yang paling kejam yang pernah berlaku di negara ini lah.
Dia diseksa. Itu yang saya tak boleh nak lupa.
Keadaan masa tu nampak kelam kabut sikit.
Memang sedih. Kes itu menggemparkan negara.
Ada sesuatu yang sedang berlaku di sanalah. Kita nak cari kebenaran.
Menyoroti kes-kes yang pernah menggemparkan dunia dan Malaysia. Segalanya akan dirungkai dalam Fail Mahkamah setiap Rabu 9 malam. Terbaharu di TV3 dan stream sekarang ditonton.
Rena, sedap ke kopi kalau dicampur dengan arang?
Mana boleh. Kan ada peraturan-peraturan makanan 1985. Boleh kena denda tau.
Dan waspada terhadap scam dan terkini ada yang menggunakan nombor telefon kita untuk menipu orang lain.
Selain membaca, menulis dan mengira, apa lagi aktiviti lain yang boleh merangsang minda anak-anak kita.
Menuju era digital, bank digital turut diwujudkan bagi kemudahan orang ramai. Kupasannya dalam soal wang.
Dan banyak lagi di MHI Isnin hingga Jumaat 9.30 pagi.
Hanya di TV3 dan stream melalui aplikasi Tonton.
Back on Nightline now with sports. Football, the AFC Champions League. Johor Darul Takzim JDT finished their final Group 1 match with a resounding 4-1 victory against BG Pathum United FC at Sultan Ibrahim Stadium on Tuesday night. Igor Sergeyev put the visitors in front in the 28th minute. JDT fought back in the second half and found the equaliser when Bergson de Silva converted a penalty in the 55th minute. Bergson once again found the back of the net in the 66th minute before substitute Endrick Dos Santos slotted in a volley in the 86th minute to make it 3-1. Sensational youngster Arif Aiman Muhammad Hanapi put the cherry on top for the home side by slotting in another goal in stoppage time, sealing the 4-1 victory. With this, JDT ended their campaign with 9 points but fell short to advance in the knockout stage. Zain Ryan murder, dashcam recordings reveal trail of movements, footage needs further analysis. Don't go away.
Dia orang campak adik saya dalam sungai tu, dia orang nampak adik saya menggelupur dalam tilam tu.
Hukuman gantung sampai mati dikenakan terhadap tertuduh kes bunuh sedangkan mayat mangsa tidak dijumpai.
Kat situlah saya baru perasan yang arwah ni diperangkap.
Memang tak ada. Adik saya dah tak ada di dunia ni. Tapi dia orang cuma dapat hukuman sebanyak 7 tahun.
6 keluarga cemas. 2 varian COVID-19 sub susul galau dan susulan rusuhan yang berlaku di pinggir kota Paris.
Aliran trafik di beberapa lebuh utama di
Lembaga Urus Air Selangor.
Lelaki berusia 3 tahun.
Di sini semuanya bermula. Detik-detik yang boleh mengubah persepsi dunia dengan wajah dan suara yang baru. Memberi impak yang besar, tidak kira di depan atau di belakang kamera. Medium maklumat utama rakyat Malaysia. Paparan berita dalam dan luar negara yang pantas. Cekap bertindak bila-bila masa, di mana jua berada. Padat, telus dan berwibawa. Berita menyeluruh dan pastinya yang terkini. Wajah dan suara baru di Buletin Utama. Pilihan nombor 1 rakyat Malaysia.
Thanks for staying with us on Nightline. Now, as investigations into the murder of 6-year-old autistic child Zain Ryan Abdul Matin enters day 6, police have managed to trace a trail of movements related to the incident through analysis of dashboard camera recordings recently obtained from residents. Selangor Police Chief Datuk Hussein Omar Khan confirmed these findings and emphasised the need for a more in-depth examination of the footage. He said while initial examination showed that there are discernible movements, authorities will need to enhance the video quality to determine whether the figures captured are persons or other objects. He said police are also waiting for the full results of the analysis in order to determine whether the movements detected involved residents or potential suspects. Regarding police checks on another apartment block, Hussein highlighted that it forms part of a larger-scale screening process. He added that the results from the mass DNA screening of residents at Idaman apartment Damansara Damai are anticipated within 2 to 3 days. Earlier on Tuesday, personnel from the Selangor Irrigation and Drainage Department were on site to assist the police in draining water from the reservoir near the location where Zain Ryan's body was discovered on December 6th. They were seen entering the cordoned-off crime scene at around 11:30 a.m, followed by a forensics team minutes later, with the K9 unit reaching the site at around 12:30 p.m. Despite heavy rain, pumping operations commenced at 12:20 p.m. Previously, it was reported the tragic death of Zain Ryan had been officially classified as murder following a detailed post-mortem that revealed injuries to the child's neck and body.
As we conclude this edition of Nightline, let's take a look at tango enthusiasts and couples who showed off their finest dance steps, captivating the gazes of local passers-by in Old Havana, all in celebration of International Tango Day in the Cuban capital. With that, I'm Azaria Tagaya. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.